Imagine standing in front of a long row of red-hot coals, believing you can walk across them in your bare feet and not get burned. Fellow Toastmasters, dignitaries, and honored guests, you are my bed of red-hot coals. And 2 years ago, I never dreamed I would be standing on a stage speaking to you. How did I get here? I got here by making the decision to get uncomfortable. Why would I possibly want to be uncomfortable? We need to get uncomfortable in order to grow. And in order to grow, we need to get out of our shell and become more vulnerable. Think of a lobster. Hey, I live in the Florida Keys. I know about lobster. Lobsters have a soft, fragile body, and they fill their shell, and they grow, and they squeeze, and they get uncomfortable, and what happens? They shed their shell. They come out soft, vulnerable. Wouldn't you say they're pretty uncomfortable? They're growing. A couple years ago, I attended a motivational seminar. And let me tell you, that was uncomfortable. When the speaker came out on stage, he filled the auditorium, which had 6,000 people in it. He had us acting crazy with these strangers. He had us jumping up and down. When he told us to yell, we yelled! He psychoanalyzed individuals in the audience, and he had them tell their deepest, darkest secrets. Can you imagine having all your secrets told to an auditorium of 6,000 people? He had us turn to the strangers beside us and start massaging them. And they massaged us, and then we turned around and we massaged the other strangers, all 6,000 of us. In fact, he had us turn to the stranger beside us and share our saddest childhood trauma. We cried. We comforted each other. There's a doctor in Mexico who knows all my stuff. What did that do? That made me so uncomfortable. But I grew. At the end of the first day, that speaker came out on stage and he said, okay guys, it is time to get serious. It is time to walk on a bed of red hot coals in your bare feet. Oh, are you kidding? Our past experience has told us that if we walk on bare feet on hot coals, we are going to get burned. And yet, the whole day had been spent opening our minds, helping us to understand that whatever we truly believed we could do, we could do. The whole day had been spent explaining when Napoleon Hill told us many years ago what a mind can conceive and believe it can achieve. Well, 10 o'clock that night, it was time to prove it, and we took our shoes off. We walked out into the unlit parking lot, and there were no lights but from the glow of the embers of these rows of coals. And the smoke was billowing, and the smell of the smoke, and all you saw were the shadows of the people walking toward these coals. And as I was walking, I focused on one thing, of accomplishing that one goal. And I admit, when I walked up to the coals, I said, are you kidding me? And yet I knew that if I believed, I could do it. I made that first difficult step. I moved forward, and I believed. And what happened? My subconscious mind took control. It blocked any burning sensation, any pain that I would have felt, and I walked freely across those coals, knowing that my mind would not let me get burned. How did that happen? What an inspiration to know that I could walk across these coals and not get burned. A life spent growing, focusing on goals, and truly believing that we can do whatever we want to do. Look at me now. I am on stage in front of you doing something I never thought I could do. Until I made the decision to get out of my comfort zone. Fellow Toastmasters, get out of your comfort zone. It's time to get uncomfortable. Contest.